What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video on the Nissan Pixel. I do apologize for the delay in uploads, but since getting the car, a lot has changed. I may or may not have already sold the car and may or may not have got something in Part X. I guess you gotta wait till the end of the video to find out. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, you better hit subscribe right now, because I'm going to show you how to make money flipping cars. This is how I do it. Let's get into the video. Right, how to flip cars. Have a budget, mine is 800. Find a car. We found the Nissan Pixel. The winning bid for that car is £440. You've also got auction fees, which is £179 plus £35.80 VAT. Admin fees, £35 plus £7 VAT. Total of the vehicle is £654 plus £42 VAT. Total to pay is £696.80. You've then got 72 hours to make payment for the vehicle. If you do not make payment in a certain time, you will incur a £35 charge, as well as potentially getting your car account blocked if the vehicle is not paid for in a certain amount of time. You've got 7 days to collect the vehicle. If it's not collected in 7 days, you will incur a £15 daily charge until the vehicle is collected. So it is in your best interest to pick up that vehicle as soon as possible, as well as pay for it as soon as possible. Right, let's get into it. Now, as you can see, I've written it all down so we can stay on track and not go off track, because I got a habit of sort of just blabbing on about things that really don't matter. Now, as you can see, we bought the vehicle and it totally basically cost us £700. If you remember, the vehicle had a damaged boot. If you don't remember what this vehicle looked like, let me do a little walk around quickly so you can get a little recap of what this vehicle looked like when I got it. Being the boot means it's a nice straight little fix. I've actually bought a boot lid from eBay in silver, exact matching this here, with all the badges on it as well, and I've only paid £70 including postage. Now that there in itself is an absolute bargain. Now, as you can see, the vehicle wasn't too bad. However, we did have some damage to the boot. So let's do a little checklist and to-do list and see exactly what we need to do to this vehicle to get it prepped for sale. There you go, to-do list. So, as you can see, source a boot, I did £71. Fit the boot, 0, because I'm doing it myself. We've got to get MOT on this vehicle as well, £35. We need to get a logbook, £25. We need to clean the car, that's inside and out, for £10. You could do it for free if you did it yourself. It's just easier for me to get it done, because where I get the car cleaned, I get my pictures done as well. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense to get it done while I'm there. List the vehicle up for sale, £15 last time I checked. As you can see, most important thing about buying and selling cars, especially vehicles nowadays, don't really come with logbooks. So let me just explain this one to you. Is it going to be hard for me to tax this vehicle without a logbook? Now, this is a very tricky situation, because a lot of people think that you can just go to the post office with the V62 form and tax a vehicle. Now, it is true, you can do that, but there are ways of finding out if that is possible. One, you got to contact DVLA, give them the registration and ask, is this vehicle under trade or is it privately owned? If the vehicle is privately owned, you will have to apply for a logbook with the V62 form. DVLA will then notify the car keepers that someone is trying to apply for a logbook. Are you aware of this? And they'll find out if it's legit or fraudulent. Now, if the vehicle is under trade, technically it is not owned by a keeper. So you can take a V62 form, very similar of how you would do it the first time. But because the car is under trade, you can ask to tax the car at that point. So yes, you can tax a vehicle without a logbook, but only if it's under trade. I hope that makes sense. Now, let's get the boot sorted on this car. Right, as you can see, we may have a little problem here, because I have tried to open this boot, and unfortunately it does not open. I will just give you an idea of what I'm dealing with. So the key turns, but that boot does not open. So little nightmare that we're going to have here, because obviously this has taken a hit over there. It's gone and pulled, you know, maybe put a lot of pressure on the hinge. So this key is not doing its job. But let's get in the car and see if we can get it popped open. Right, that one's pulled up, this one's pulled up, and now we can gain access to the boot. And as you can see, boot is down, nothing really in there. We will take out the parcel shelf and we will have access to the boot. Now, what we could do is someone pull the turn the key, and someone could push from this side, could release it. But just coming in here, I've already seen this little lever here, which is now giving me access to that, and as you can see, we have managed to open it. So let's get out and pop it open. That worked out a lot easier than I thought. Right, as you can see, in matching color, but they have taken off, rather than the 2 bolts there, they have only taken off 1 bolt. Absolutely perfect for me. So rather than taking off 4 bolts, they've only taken off 2 bolts, which makes a lot easier for us. You've also got the window washer, the brake light, and the rear screen, the heater, and the wiper, obviously, which is also connected to the boot, which is absolutely, this is a good boot, man. This is a really good boot. So I mean, I will show you a proper look at it once we get it on, but for now, just looking at what we've got here just shows me instantly what I need to do to sort of take the one that's on the car off. So rather than cutting anything, or it just leads you. So simply by looking at what we've got there, I've already gone to the effort of taking these ones off, unplugging it, and we'll go through there. Obviously, now that we've seen what we need to do, let's get this boot taken off and fit the new one. Yep, I wish I had a camera on my head to show you exactly what I did to take the other one off, but as you can see, we've got the boot sitting on my head, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. I've got them sitting there, so that's just sitting on the bodywork. It's not a very heavy boot, but we are going to hold, oh shit, we're going to hold, there you go, put that one in, and just hold, and just get that in. There we go, we've got one. Then we're just going to lift, actually, I'm going to lift that one up, there you go, and now we've got both of them sitting in there loosely. I just need to get that bolt over there, so let's get that. We've got the bolt. Now we just need to pull the headrest down and bolt it to that. So let's get that done. Right guys, I've managed to get one bolt on, and as you can see, the strut to hold the boot up, so it's no longer sitting on my head. Now, as always, what happens when you're doing these sort of things, you always lose a bolt. Did I lose it, or did I leave it on top here? It is on top here when I was kind of holding the camera up. Okay, cool, we found it. Let me get this buttoned up and I'll show you exactly what we got going on here. Perfect. Right, as you can see, it is holding the bolt, and then you just tighten it up again, just gently, don't force it, hold it nice and lined up. As it is going on, it slowly will button up and it gets tighter, and once it's nice and tight, perfect, not too tight, but tighten up. Yeah, that's it, that's a good, perfect. Right, let's get that off. Right, one Nissan Pixo boot fitted to the car, and it's in really good condition, I must say. I'm going to leave that one on. I'm going to take that badge off. All the other badges are perfect. As you can see, it also comes with a wiper. We do need to get everything wired up in there, and rear light and washer. So let's get that done. Before we do anything else, make sure everything's working, and then we can start putting back the trim, and job done. Right, that is in absolutely perfect. And then it's just a repeat of this side. Right, both of them plugged in, really nice and snug. As you can see, no leaks, shouldn't be no leaks anyways. Struts perfect. Now let's get these fitted and wired into wherever the other ones are. Well, as you can see, it's as easy as putting that in there. Job done. All done now, perfectly connected. Now it's just a matter of putting all the trim back in and putting everything back on, and the job is pretty much done. It's as simple as that. So don't think you can't do it. Is that easy? I've actually been prolonging this because I couldn't think. I did try opening the boot and I couldn't open it, and I just thought, you know what, I ain't never gonna open it. Turns out it was a lot easier than I expected. Now that the boot is fitted to the car, let's go and get an MOT. Fingers crossed it passes. She's passed the MOT. We do have a few advisories, which one of them I could sort out is the rear driver's side wheel. Tyre is close to legal limits, so we could address that. We'll see if I find a tyre cheap enough. I will do it. However, I do have a buyer lined up for this car. I didn't want to say anything until I knew what was going on with the MOT, and then we knew that we sort of had pretty much a sale on this, and we will be getting a car in Part X. So more on that car after this. I don't really want to jinx it just yet. We still got to go home, get the interior done. Once the interior is done, I'll call the person to come around, have a look at the car. If it's something they're looking for, then we'll be having ourselves a Part X, and this bad boy will be going. So right, people, good news, Nissan Pixar has sold. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do that now. If you haven't given us a like, please do that now. Right, let's run through the numbers, because that's the most important part. The Nissan Pixar owes us about £700. We then paid £30 for an MOT. We also paid £71 for a boot. That gives us a grand total of £801. We then got the car cleaned outside only, which worked out to be £5. So the car owes me £806. We then needed to do a logbook and tax the car. Now, that was funded by the people that bought the car, because I did know someone was interested in the car way before getting the MOT done. It wouldn't make sense me going to do a V62 in my name, taxing the car, because they would have to wait for a logbook to come in order to tax the car. Now, I know that they wanted the car as soon as possible, hence the reason I went for an MOT and I taxed the car in their name. So the logbook and the V62 was funded by them. It worked out to be around £45. I got a car in Part X. How much did I actually make on this car? Now, cash my way, obviously, cash my way was £1,300. We obviously deduct the £806. That gives us a profit of £494 plus a car in Part X. Now, what that car is, you will have to wait till the next video to find out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I will see you people in the next one. Bye-bye.